Big Easy, the next comedian coming to the stage is a Big Easy staple, funny guy. Let's all have some fun with Christopher Anthony.
Let's go!
All right, Team New Orleans over here. I gotta tell you, I do love New Orleans. I actually celebrated my 9th year here, but I'm a little bit upset because like you need to get some cliff notes before you move out here. This whole thing about a king cake, it's got a baby in it. It'd be great if you could just tell people, no real fucking babies were harmed in the making of that king cake. If you guys don't know, king cake has like a little tiny little plastic baby inside, just so it can look like it was born in California. It's beautiful. I made a mistake last Mardi Gras. I gave my friend a king cake, but it was 2 weeks after she had a miscarriage. The worst part was handing her the king cake and saying, don't worry, there's no baby in this either. I wouldn't do that. That would be so rude of me. I'm not God or anything. When I first came out here, true story, I thought everyone was blind and deaf. Because everyone in New Orleans is like, who that? Who that? Who that? I'm like, it's me. Hi, I'm right over here. And then, I don't know if you guys know this, but it was like, you heard? They'll say something, be like, you heard? Be like, yes, I fucking heard you. All these like, second lines and police sirens have us really hard of hearing out here. It's really challenging, you guys. And they'll tell you that there's a bunch of transplants out here, but I didn't know what they were talking about until I found myself in the hospital, and then Auctioner Hospital had a big sign that said, #1 in liver transplants. So that's what they're talking about. When they say there's a lot of transplants in New Orleans, they mean liver. So the bars are just job protection for the nurses and doctors, really. Saw a very confusing billboard when I first moved out here. True story. Go ahead and check it out for yourself. Billboard says, learn to read. It's above the library. Go ahead, right over there right now. I get what they're trying to tell you, like, hey, the library isn't just for doing drugs and sleeping. Great. But either you know what that billboard says, and you don't need it, or you're very confused about what those 3 shapes are, and your girlfriend's very subconscious in the passenger side seat. Like, how the fuck did you get this license in the first place? It's a very, very difficult city, but I learned a lot about Southern hospitality. I moved here from Florida, but Florida's basically like northern Cuba, southern New York, not a real place. Anyway, so I moved here from Florida, and my neighbors were so nice. They checked my mail for me. I never asked them to, not fucking once. I was in town, and they were just like, you got a package? Like, oh cool, I'll go downstairs and get it. Like, no. Like a week ago. Fuck it, it's a shitty book. Good coffee though. You wouldn't like it anyway. It's like, all right, cool. I look like I buy, distribute, or sell drugs. I just give that vibe. And then you don't even know I moved here from Miami. They're like, oh, definitely, that guy's got the coke. When I was coming home, there was a guy who came up to me. He's like, hey, do you party? I don't know drug lingo. I'm like, yeah, I party. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm on my way home. What's up? He's like, cool. You want some party favors? And I'm like, I usually don't decorate. Are you selling streamers out of the trunk of your car? What's going on here? It's like, no, I have weed. I have the best weed. And I was concerned for 2 reasons. One, if you have the best weed, why are you selling it to me at 2:30 in the morning in front of a church, right? You don't have a call service, employees, maybe a small business loan you're working on. But also, the second thing I was really concerned about, and I needed to be his guidance counselor that he obviously didn't have, I was like, how are you going to sell me drugs when there's a cop right there? And there was a cop across the street. And no, I shit you not, he looks at the cop, looks back at me and says, I already asked him, but the drug test now. So like, once he got the badge, he don't buy it. You guys are all very confused. I'm determined to make you laugh, so help me God. Was it the miscarriage joke? I'm sorry. Sorry. You know, Susan, it's probably her. Anyway, but the cop situation here is bad. And you know the cop situation is bad in the city when you get pulled over, get a ticket, and the cop hands it to you and says, look, you can pay this $160 ticket, or you can fill out this job application. NOPD needs you. You ever had a job where you had a $160 discount without stealing? I mean, I don't know. All right. When I first moved out here, I thought New Orleans people were like really environmentally conscientious, right? You walk around right now, drive around, you're gonna see bikes everywhere. Like, wow, a lot of people have bikes out here. Lived here for 9 years. I'm like, wow, a lot of people have DUIs out here. They don't give a shit about the environment. It's $2,700 for them to drive. Okay, all right. A lot of miscarriage people with DUIs. No problem. Cool, we're working through it. But I realize now that I like my bikes like I like my women, because I've had 6 bikes stolen in 9 years. And I've determined now, whatever condition they're in, there's no point in fixing them up. Because the second I leave it outside a bar, someone's gonna fucking take her from me. You know what I mean? Rusty, fucked up, seat doesn't work, can't ride her for very long. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna enjoy it for what it is. New Orleans doesn't like me because I don't drink. It's always weird when I tell people I don't drink because they always assume that there's a story. They pull a clipboard out of their ass, have me laid on the couch, let's talk about it. I'm like, actually, it's not that my mom or my dad or that I have a bad drinking problem, I just don't drink. But I also don't eat mayonnaise. No one ever asks about the mayonnaise situation, which is weird, because I don't eat mayonnaise because my dad beat the fuck out of me with a mayonnaise jar all through my childhood. Howlins must have known, changed from glass to plastic, thank you. My face thanks you. Just started throwing packets at me, you couldn't even hear. But it's difficult. It's difficult being single, being out in the scene and trying to flirt with beautiful women like the 3 of you right here. So help me God, you will fucking smile. It's really difficult because when you go to a bar and you don't drink, it's like going to a playground and you don't have any fucking kids, right? There's nothing illegal about it, but everyone's extremely uncomfortable. You're just in there. Somebody comes up like, oh, which one's yours? And you're like, none of them. I don't know any of these kids. I just sometimes come here just to look, you know? So beautiful, the wind in their hair and everything. Are you calling the police? What the fuck did I do? What's going on here? New Orleans also doesn't like me because I don't watch a lot of football. My friends are convinced that I just don't know enough about football to really enjoy it. Are there football fans here? Can I hear a round of applause? You guys aren't football fans? Are you football fans? I will fucking drop this joke. I just want to make you happy. Dating, relationships, horoscopes, are we good with all of that? I'm determined. Okay, great. So ghosting. You guys look like there's been search parties for you, definitely, right? So ghosting has become so bad that I live in a haunted city, but when people ask me, do you believe in ghosts? My response is, no, I'm sure she's just busy with work. You know what I mean? She'll get back to me. I do want to come up with a show called Ghost Hunters, you know? We don't look for supernatural beings. We just go to local bars trying to figure out why Stacy hasn't called John back in 4 days. It's going to be a good show. We have this amazing technology where we expose the ghost by opening the text messaging app to show that she read the message. Because who wants to be part of a search party? It's the only party you're not invited to. Am I right? Where is she? Let me finish with this, you guys. Ladies, I just want to ask a quick favor on behalf of all the men. During sex, could you stop doing the thing where you're like, deeper, deeper? It's a dick. It's not like the Star Wars franchise. You know what I mean? Like, did you think you saw all the dick? I would never have sex with a girl and be like, shallower, shallower. I want to hit a wall. Does it ever end? How many kids have you had? Do you even call them? I would never do that because it's rude. And my therapist tells me that when you say deeper, deeper, what I hear is I'm not enough, you guys. So I'm just saying. It doesn't get any more shallow when you meet on Tinder. You know what I mean? Just photos, guys. Just photos. You guys have been great. Thank you.